What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Around the Table Sports. So today we have a massive commitment coming in the realm of high school football. The Georgia Bulldogs just got their premier piece at the offensive line moving forward. Amarius Mims, the number 6 tackle in the nation, has just committed to the Georgia Bulldogs, and it is a massive landing. It is a much-needed piece for Georgia, pushing them to number 7 in the nation. Now, you remember back a few months ago, I made a video talking about who I thought would be the top recruiting classes in the nation, and I ended up saying there was a path for Georgia to get to the top 7. This is the first dominoes in that path, and we have to get into it. But before we do, y'all, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you enjoy the video, hit the like button and drop a comment down below. Let me know who your squad is, what recruits you're excited about, and we can make a video talking about them. I like doing interactive stuff, so y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But while we're on the subject of Georgia, they have added their second 5-star to the class. They are now one of 4 universities that have multiple 5-stars in the nation, and it is a really good thing because for a while there things were looking like it could be a little bit shaky for Georgia. So as it sits right now, your top classes in the nation are 1, Alabama, 2, Ohio State, 3, Oregon. That's a surprising one. 4 is Clemson, 5, LSU, 6, USC. That's another surprising one, but USC is eating up the 4 stars, and they're still in line for a few 5 stars, including Corey Foreman. They look to be the favorite for him on 24/7 Sports Crystal Ball. That's one to really look out for because Corey Foreman is down to a few squads. LSU, Georgia, USC, and I think Clemson are his top 4. That's one to watch out for because that would be a massive get for USC. Y'all remember how I talk about Quinn Ewers, where I say he could mean to Texas what Julio Jones meant for Alabama. Nick Saban always credits what Julio Jones was the one that changed the culture at Alabama. And Quinn Ewers could be that guy at Texas because Texas has a culture problem. That's what the video I made talking about Texas, that's what that was pointing towards. The complacency isn't complacency in result, it's complacency in approach, and that is a culture problem. After USC at 6, you get into Georgia at 7. Then you have Tennessee at 8, Florida at 9, and Notre Dame at 10. So Miami has been knocked out of the top 10. They are the only other squad in the nation outside of Alabama, Ohio State, and now Georgia to host multiple 5-stars. However, they haven't been eating up the 4 stars like your programs like USC. All those other premier programs within the top 10 have been just nailing the 4 stars, except for Notre Dame. Notre Dame has 0 5 stars, 10 4 stars, 9 3 stars, and they find themselves in top 10 range because of the quality of 4-star they are getting. But specifically, y'all, let's talk about Georgia, because this was an incredibly key class for them. Georgia has been killing it on the recruiting trail for a few years now. And, you know, if you can say nothing else about Kirby Smart, we can say that he is a phenomenal recruiter. With Georgia being at the number 7 in the nation right now, and them still having so much room left in the class, you know, they could find themselves in top 5 range, like I said. Now, believe me, when I put them in top 5 range, I believe if it's possible, they will be number 5 exactly. Why? I don't see a legitimate path for them to beat Alabama at 1 or Ohio State at 2, because really, the number 1 recruiting class in the nation right now, realistically, is coming down to Ohio State and Alabama, and they are football fields ahead of everybody else. I mean, if we're just talking about rating, according to 24/7 Sports, Alabama has a 304.17, Ohio State has a 304.09, the next closest is a 277.86. That next closest is Oregon. So Oregon has the number 3 class. Oregon has 22 commits, Ohio State has 20, Alabama has 21. The average rating for each recruit on Alabama is 93.99, Ohio State is 94.22, and Oregon is 91.53. So you can kind of get the picture I'm painting here in that it's Alabama, Ohio State competing for themselves, and then everybody else is kind of eating the scraps at the table right now. And there's really no other way to put it other than that. But this is a massive get for Georgia. They already have Brock Vandagriff, who some consider to be the best quarterback in this class. I mean, he certainly holds a stake at it. When you look at his stats, it's nothing but impressive. And, I don't think he'll do anything other than impress in his senior season. And Georgia is very comfortable with him at the helm of their future. But with every great quarterback comes a need for great offensive line. And Georgia's had great offensive line play. But it's the continuation of offensive line play that's necessary, and guys like this are key, which is exactly why Alabama's class this year is so important. They have the number 1 tackle in the nation, the number 3 tackle in the nation, the number 1 center in the nation, and the number 2 guard in the nation, all in one class, and they're in line for the number 4 tackle in the nation. I mean, that class is ridiculously stacked. So Georgia still has room for improvement, and they still could take more people. They're only holding 16 people in this class right now, and while I don't know how large of a recruiting class they're looking to take, look for Georgia to be able to make some strides. Because if we look at who's directly in front of them, USC already has 22 commits. They might take 5 more max. And I think that 5 more max would be a stretch. I think they're holding out for Corey Foreman. If they don't get Corey Foreman, maybe look for 3 others. They're about at the extent of their class. Tennessee and Florida aren't going to be fluctuating too much, considering Tennessee has 25 commits, Florida has 20 floor. Georgia is in perfect position to move up. Of the top 10, they have the fewest commitments in their class. Now, Clemson is doing freaky stuff. Clemson is number 4 with 17 commits. LSU is 5 with 18 commits. But Georgia, having 16 commits, have plenty of room to add in talent to this class, and it's Georgia. They're in line for a few more 5 stars, and they're in line for plenty more top 300 guys that will absolutely come in and contribute very early. So Georgia finds themselves in great position, and what a great day for Georgia Bulldog fans everywhere. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, like I said at the beginning, drop a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you do subscribe, hit the bell notification. That way, anytime I'm uploading, anytime I'm talking about the NFL, college football, high school football recruiting, you'll know. And y'all check out my Twitter. I have it linked at the end of the video. We have big news coming about a podcast that will be coming out every Thursday, and you don't want to miss it. That's it. See ya.